What's up, everybody? Welcome in to the MLB Pre-Lock Live DFS baseball show. I'm your host, Mike Miz, joined by my buddy Pete. What's happening, Pete?
What's up, Miz? Hanging in there. It's Friday night. I keep saying Friday. It's not Friday. My kids don't have
Feels
school
like it.
tomorrow. Yeah, I guess my kids don't have school tomorrow, so they're like in another world right now, and they're teenagers, so weekends are different than when they were small. And so I'm screwed up. And it's a 5-game slate, so a shitty pitching slate, which we'll get into, I guess. But I'm doing well. So it's nice to be back.
Yeah. And this is my first slate in a while. I've been crazy busy, but looking back, seems like I should have waited at least one day to get back into the slate. But with that, we'll get into it. Everybody, go ahead and give us a like and subscribe. We really appreciate it. Helps us out a ton. We have a promo going right now, $35 for your first 6 months. That'll take you right up into football season, which is always good. So check that out on the website, yourfielderschoice.com. And then with that, we will get into it. Weather tonight looks pretty clear. We do have a dome game, I believe. Nothing that I see we should be worrying about, is there?
No, for once, actually, we don't have any rain delays to worry about or postponement with pitchers. So I do see. So we got some wind now. So in Wrigley, which is going to be a factor. 10 to 15 miles of right center. Boston. That's the thing in Boston. Winds are going out at 20 miles an hour, but it's going to be cold as hell. So it's kind of 40. I'm seeing 44 degrees now, which is it's higher than earlier. So, but you never know when it gets that cold. It's going to screw up the pitchers, the batters. So, I guess it kind of nullifies it. But that's pretty much it. Going out in San Francisco, but that's all built into that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. No rain, just a little wind.
Yeah, that's good because I know we got a lot of rain. We actually had snow here today. It was snowing like crazy. So the weather's been nuts.
I had friends from New York send me pictures of snow. It's 85 here in Tampa, so
yeah, fuck yeah.
Sucks to be you guys.
Right. Yeah, it does. All right, good stuff. I can't wait to be to Tampa. All right. First game, or excuse me, let's start with actually just go right into pitching. Starting pitching tonight is pretty much dumpster diving for the most part. We got the new king of the diamond in Walker Buehler on the mound, but he hasn't really been that good just yet. So what do you think about starting pitching?
No, and if this was any other slate, I wouldn't be talking about Walker Buehler right now because to me this is a floor slate where I guess we just want to be we're just going to be happy to get floor numbers for our pitchers. We're not going to win the slate for pitchers. We've seen the last few nights where some decent pitchers get negative numbers. So if we get 10, 15, 18 points from our pitchers, we're probably going to cash. So but Buehler's going to be popular. He is, I'm assuming, on the cheat sheet probably the highest. You have that in front of you, right? What's he showing on the cheat sheet for ownership?
If you had to guess, what would you guess on DraftKings?
Tonight, probably 45, 50%.
Yeah, close, 41. Almost cracking 42.
And a lot of it with Buehler's name. I mean, I'm not in love with him tonight. He's probably the safest play. And I don't know, but I cashed last night. I struggled a little bit on Sunday and Monday. So I don't like playing scared, and that's what happens when you lose a couple of slates in a row. But I think he probably is the safest way to go tonight. He is the safest way to go. But the matchup isn't great with San Diego. We all know San Diego's a good team. I think he does right now carry. He's the biggest favorite of the night.
Yeah.
The problem with Buehler is right now he's carrying a 17% K rate, which sucks. He's got a 9.9 swing and strike rate, which means he's not generating any swing and misses at all. And we'll see some positive regressions going to come around, but he's not getting it done. I think a lot of it, he's throwing his I was just looking before we started. He's throwing his four seamers over 60% of the time. I think that's got a lot to do with it. His control is still elite, but with this four seamer, he's not getting those strikeouts where he's normally in that 28, 29, 30% range. So I mean, he's not going to probably blow up on you. San Diego, the lineups aren't out yet, right? And any of you guys in chat, if you
No.
see the last two games, if any of those lineups pop up, let us know. The Marlins game and the Padres Dodgers game, which will help. But I'm probably going to roll him out. I'm not happy with it. Should get 15 points from him. That's all I'm asking for tonight. But I probably am going to roll him out. I just he's not like he's been. Said I wouldn't be thinking of him. It was like tomorrow's slate. There's a bunch of aces. I wouldn't even be talking about him. But
Right.
yeah, I guess he's the safest play tonight.
Yeah. So that pretty much lines it up for the rest of your SP2s and or SP1s if you decide to fade him. But 40% ownership, obviously if he does go off, it's going to crush you if you don't have him. But followed up by that is DFS darling Nick Pavetta. Nick Pavetta is, he is so hot and cold. Sometimes he looks like he could be an elite pitcher, and then other times he can barely get out of the second inning. So
what are we seeing for ownership on Pavetta?
40.
I figured that. I figured he was going to be one of the other highest owned. Right now. I mean, Pavetta. We haven't seen Pavetta since like 2 or 3 years. I actually liked him at the beginning of the season. I thought he was going to be a little bit better than he is. He's not. He's having major command issues. I think he got 3 starts. He's got 4 walks, 3 walks, 4 walks, which is terrible. He doesn't have an elite strikeout rate. Seattle actually is good against right-handed pitchers, better than they are against lefties. I am not on Nick Pavetta tonight, especially in Boston. The wind blowing out. But the only thing that may change my mind and to go with the masses, go with the ownership, is actually Bill Miller, who is a big-time pitcher's ump, is behind the plate in that game. So we know Pavetta can't throw strikes. But with Miller behind the plate, he actually may help a veteran like Pavetta there. So I would give him a little bit of an upgrade on that, which may push me toward him. But right now, I see this game in the GBP article. I actually wrote up the Red Sox and the Mariners. I see this game being like a 10-8, 10-9 game. So I know Cash. I mean, if he's that high owned, usually you say you want to go with something like that. But remember, it's a 5-game slate also. I'm probably going to fade him, but he's not going to get 30 DK points tonight.
No, certainly not. He's not going to go more than 6 either. Part of it's his price, right? It's right dead smack in the middle. He's like the biggest name outside of Walker Buehler on this slate. And everybody loves to target Seattle, always. So
I was just going to say exactly.
All those things play a huge part into this.
And
I think it's a great fade.
And I am looking at their lineup. It's all righties, though, besides 2 lefties, Taylor Trammell and J.P. Crawford batting 9th, which gives them a plus. But still, I'm not. It just scares me in Boston tonight. And I do like Seager. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's tough. The problem with him is he is low enough. His price is 7.4. Now, I'm on Alex Cobb. I've been on Cobb all year. I didn't realize actually Alex Cobb though is $300 more. And I was messing with lineups. Some of my better lineups are actually fitting with Pavetta. But just talking about Alex Cobb right now. I mean, Cobb has been right now probably one of the best pitchers in MLB to start the season. He's an extreme ground ball pitcher, 57% ground ball rate right now, which is above and beyond. K rate over 34%. Only a 4% walk rate. I mean, these are all elite numbers. Yeah, we all know that Alex Cobb with Baltimore. We know he could get hit up. He's got 9K upside. He's got that change up. I mean, where he throws change up more than anything, which is a great pitch. The problem is he could. I mean, look at this Houston lineup. Houston's not hitting. They didn't hit in cores, but this is the type of lineup that could wake up any day. Right now, Cobb's my second pitcher, but he could definitely get hit. So, like I said, though, this is a 5-game slate. There's no elite pitch. It's more of a GPP slate. Right now, Cobb's my second guy. He's pitching. He's the best pitcher on the slate right now. If you just want to talk about raw pitching, best pitchers so far in 2021, it's definitely Cobb. But if Houston, and you can see Houston mixed around. They get Korea. They have Korea leading off tonight too, so they even see it. There's some problems. So, but they could wake up tonight. But that's a strong lineup. They're throwing a bunch of lefties on: Brantley, Alvarez, Tucker. Not as many as I thought. 3. So it's a tough spot. But once again, if we can get 15 points out of Cobb, that's all I need.
Yeah. Slob on my Cobb. That's for sure. I love this dude. He's the best pitcher on the slate. I think he's probably going to be under-owned because of Nick Pavetta. And
yep,
I don't know if you're going to agree with this, but actually, probably my second favorite is Javier for Houston.
I have no problem with actually Javier at all. I could actually see running both pitchers from that game.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Because outside of Ohtani, I mean, what have the Angels been doing? Nothing.
Yeah, and he's got 6 righties in that lineup. If he can get by Ohtani and Walsh, he's going to do well.
Which are two hard strikeout batters, but still.
And I just saw a note that Angels haven't seen Javier either. So yeah, my only problem with him, I guess, is the price. I don't think you can
right.
You can't play him and Bueller together.
No, he's way overpriced. That's also why I think he'll be a little bit lower owned than he should. Because normally he's hovering around the 7.4 area. So he had that huge start last game, which I kind of wish that didn't happen. But he only went 5 innings, though. So that's kind of the max you're probably going to get, which also is risky against a lineup like the Angels. But I think for GPPs, it lines up perfectly in that regard.
And GPPs that have no problem pitching both these pitchers from this game.
Yeah,
and you're seeing that a lot this year. You see 2 pitchers from one game winning GPPs. So don't be afraid to do that. But I don't mind Javier at all. I see Aaron Sanchez is getting some love. To me, Aaron Sanchez is nothing but a gas can. Yeah, I mean, the Marlins are not rolling out there, but I mean, Sanchez is a guy that he was highly touted, but he's nothing but an 18-19% strikeout pitcher. I'm looking at 11% walk rate right now. Have fun with Aaron Sanchez. I'm not playing Sanchez, but he's probably going to catch a little bit of love. I see that in one sense because of his name, and people remember from a couple of years ago, and he's a big prospect.
Yep.
One of the guys, don't sleep on Joey Lucchesi for the Mets. He can get us 80 pitches. I don't think he's as bad as people think. I mean, it's a tough game, though.
No.
For GPPs, though, I can see I'm looking his velocities up. The Cubs strike out 31% to left-handers. So Lucchesi could be a sneaky play here at only 6.5. I had no problem running him in GPPs. Yeah, the Cubs woken up. They woke up last night. But a lot of that, they wouldn't have scored half them runs if it was for Met errors. Most of them, they kept the innings going, unearned runs. So I had no problems running Lucchesi either. But I'm probably going to run Bueller and Cobb. Where my line.
Well, Pete,
I guess
Pete, you're having some technical difficulties. It's all right. I'll take over from here for a minute.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we're good now. Oh, no, we're not. Okay, so it's all good. So I think what Pete was trying to say was Alex Cobb and Walker Bueller. I definitely agree with that. Hard to really pass up Alex Cobb, especially what he's been doing thus far in the season. Walker Bueller is, if you're playing cash games, I think it's really an ownership play. Definitely has the most upside of all these pitchers. However, he just hasn't shown his full gamut that we've been used to over the last couple of years as of yet. So, but we don't play for, what people have really done in the past. We need to try to do our best to predict what they're going to do in the future. So I have no problem with that. Me personally, I'm probably going to go either Cobb and Javier, Cobb and Williams, or Cobb and Lucchesi in GPPs. All right, Pete. Yep. I pretty much summed it up for you at pitcher. So let's go to catcher and first base.
All right, starting a catcher. If you have the money, and I think I may, if you end up going down to like a Cobb or Pavetta, even with the Bueller, and I was messing with lineups, Contreras at 4-6 is the play. Definitely said in Wrigley, looking
Blown
at
out.
wind blowing out. This year, he's running a 429 ISO, 436 WOBA, both elite numbers, over 40% hard contact, 60% fly ball rate. I know it's 2021. They're probably looking at maybe 20 at bats. That's like overly elite. But Contreras is rolling right now. It's righty on righty, which is no big deal. But he had 2 hits last night with a double. So he's had a hit. The game before he didn't, but he's had a hit now 3, 6, 9, 10. He's had a hit like 10 of his last 11 games. So yeah, 4-6 is definitely in play. I could even see playing him on FanDuel in that catcher first base position. So Contreras to me is near a core play. The way anybody else, I haven't seen since lineups dropped if any value catchers pop. Maybe McCann at 3-6 in Wrigley. Righty on righty though, he definitely hits. I mean, McCann, I'd rather see him against a lefty, but that's okay. Is there any? Oh, yeah, Buster Posey. That's my other one. If San Francisco hasn't dropped yet, but Posey at 3-9. If I can't get the Contreras, Posey at 3-9. He had two dongs 2 nights ago. He 3 for 4. He had a hit last night, so he's had hits in 3 straight games. Well, it's looking like the old Buster. I may end up going to Posey if I can't get up Contreras, but I have no problem running Posey either. Probably more of a GPP play, but I would run. I guess I could run Buster in. It's in San Francisco though, but then I'm just Dan Castano for Miami. Total gas can, 599 xFIP. Anytime you see an xFIP over like 4.5, he's a gas can. But Posey's 446 WOBA, 353 ISO this year so far. So
wow.
If you can't get Contreras, lock Posey in. But the lineup isn't out yet. I'm assuming Posey's gonna be playing, especially against the lefty tonight. Probably batting 5th or 6th. But that's the only team don't sleep on is the Giants. So right now I'm looking at Contreras or Posey.
Okay, and then for me in GPPs, I'm looking at Will Smith. He's batting 4th again. He hasn't really done shit this year yet.
Sorry,
but this is my boy. I called him 2 years ago. I love this kid as a catcher long term, and he's going up against Carl Weathers. Family matters, but
Rocky.
Yeah. So I want to take advantage of that. I mean, Dodgers are probably going to be popular. They're usually if there's any value in their lineup, they're usually pretty popular, and it looks like we might get like Pollock's there, giving us some value. So we'll see. But that Will Smith, Muncy, Taylor, Pollock quad could be something to mess with, and I'm going to start it out with Will Smith.
No, I like that call. I'm a huge Will Smith guy, especially anytime he's batting cleanup. And the thing is with his Ryan Weathers, and I was trying to dig in a little bit on his Weathers kid. Now I don't think he's pitched like past Double-A up until this year, so he's kind of he's probably not going to go long. I mean, you don't want to be using him tonight. So his game logs. He's pitched 3, 2, 1, 3. I've heard good things about the kid. He's got 2 pitches though, 4-seamer and a slider. 4-seamer he throws 67% of the time. So the Dodgers are going to be sneaky, lower owned stack tonight when they're usually higher owned. So I love that. I do like that Will Smith call at 4-8 in LA. Yeah, I kind of do like that. We just didn't know Weathers. He's not going to probably in there more than 3 innings, but I like it actually. Yeah. I didn't realize the Dodgers lineup was out because I was wondering about AJ Pollock. I can't believe AJ Pollock is so low, but he's betting low in the order though also. But yeah, good call.
Yep. All right, first base. What do you like?
a lot. What do you got for ownership? What's the cheat sheet showing us right now?
If I had to guess, it is
Alonso.
yeah, Alonso and Otani, top two.
So, Otani's in my lineup somewhere tonight. I'm probably going to get him in the outfield. Alonso, yeah, good spot. Wrigley, wind blowing out. If you can get Alonso and Otani in your lineup, roll it, and that's what I'm probably going to do. But he smoked one last night. So imagine what he can do tonight with the wind blowing out and Trevor Williams on the mound. So I actually put that in my article. So yeah, I'm probably going to roll Alonso in my cash, Otani in the outfield. If you're on, let me see. If you're on FanDuel, who did I see? Don't be afraid of. I mean, Wilmer Flores.
Wilmer.
Yeah, the lefty killer, and he's only what? He's only like 3 or 2K or some crazy thing on FanDuel.
2,100 dirt.
The last 2 games, I know he's hit a home run, 25 FanDuel, 12 FanDuel. Also, got Darren Ruff too, who's a lefty killer. Probably going to play tonight. Don't be afraid to play Wilmer. I'm a Wilmer guy too, but of course with Alonso and Wrigley, probably have to run Alonso.
Man, you're talking me into this giant stack here.
Yeah, I actually like the Giants too, especially against this Castano kid who's a can. So
yeah.
I think the play is Alonso in cash. Otani is a little bit cheaper, right? No, Otani is actually $100 more. So I'm bringing in Belts in play and DK. But FanDuel, Dom Smith. I'm not sure if Dom Smith's the first base on DK anymore. But yeah, Alonso or Otani, or you can put Otani in the outfield. FanDuel, don't sleep on Wilmer Flores. Probably more of a GP play, but you don't want him getting pinch hit for. But Wilmer could go yard. Definitely gets this Castano kid.
Yeah, that's who I'm probably going to play, to be honest. Only because I'm playing GPPs only tonight. So that's probably what I'm doing, so I can load up elsewhere. But all those guys that you mentioned, definitely. Can't forget about Otani and Walsh. Even though I love Javier, but those dudes are so good. So we'll see.
Oh yeah, definitely. And if you're not pitching Pavetta, you can definitely. Evan White's batting 5th tonight at 3K. Doesn't matter righty on righty tonight, but I mean, I like Evan White. I like the Spies, and I like Kyle Lewis batting cleanup in the outfield. I didn't realize somebody that I think it was Scott Green. I think one of our subs has asked me earlier about Lewis, and I kind of pushed Lewis away, but I didn't realize Lewis is batting cleanup today. So but Evan White's in play too. Probably more of a GPP play, but don't sleep on Evan White. But you got to play Alonso Otani. I think there's plenty of value some other places you can go.
Yeah. All right, second base. I got
somebody just asked Smith or Contreras. Do you mean on FanDuel? You mean Dom Smith? Oh, Will Smith or Contreras? Probably cash. I would say Contreras.
For both, yeah.
But
yeah, for cash definitely. GPP. Yeah, GPP. Yep. All right, second base.
Is Michael Cousin? Did you pay this guy to come on here or what?
That's my boy. Shout out. All right. How about Ty France leading the way on DK? It's on second base. Ugh.
Really?
I mean, I guess that's the cheat code to get Bueller in your lineup.
Yeah, but you know who I'm seeing? I'm going to butcher his name. Guilherme, shows how much I watched the Mets, is actually 2-8 leading off in the Mets tonight. So in Wrigley, I'm probably going to lean to a Guilherme as one of my values. I like the spot France is in. No, I didn't see the lineup before, and I saw this lineup come out. Where's France? So France is batting second. I thought Lewis would bat second, but he came back. So France is in a good spot though against Pavetta. I think Pavetta's going to get pounded tonight. David Bodie for the Cubs. I mean, he's The last 2 games, 5 for 11, home run, 8 RBIs. Those last 3 games against Lucchese, who does struggle a little bit against right-handers. If I don't go, originally I had Jazz Chisholm locked in, who's a lefty. Usually him and Corey are only lefties in that Miami lineup, though. I just love Jazz Chisholm. I usually play him almost every night now. You know, he's got that power speed, 326 batting average, 3 home runs, 4 stolen bases. He's against Aaron Sanchez, who's a gas can, can't pitch to lefties in his career. So to me, it's good. You go all the way down to
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Louis from the Mets or Chisholm. That's where I'm going for cash. DK, FanDuel, probably like Ian Haps 2.4, or Kiki 2.8. We got way different price on these 2 sites. So I'd probably look at Ian Happ on FanDuel, enroll him there. But I'm on Jazz or Louis Gourmet for the Mets.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, what is FanDuel doing with? Is that all their prices for their second baseman? Like, you can't price them above 3K. Like, what the hell is this?
And I'm looking at it now. It's a mess. But I got to get Jazz in somewhere, and I like.
He's the only one that's expensive.
and he's 3.9, which is expensive compared to his other guys. But I like Lindor shortstops. Yeah. I'm probably going to play Jazz at second.
Yeah,
I can't get him in if I end up using Bueller, which I don't want to. But I'll probably have to go down to Guillermo. Chris Taylor, did Taylor make the Dodgers lineup today?
No. Yeah, batting 6.
I don't like the spot though. Okay, but Chris Taylor is always in play also against the lefty weathers.
Yep. I'm going to use this position as a fill-in last. However, I can't remember if Flores is so you can use Wilmer here. He's actually batting second too instead of fourth, as we had him projected for fourth. But so I still love that. So if you want to use somebody like
the Giants are out. Okay, good. So we got Rough batting 5th, Longo 4th, Flores second, Austin Slater, who I like leading off. I like that. I like this Giants. That's a nice. You stack that Giant team, man. The problem with a guy like Ruff's gonna have to hit your home run his first 2 or 3 at bats, because he may not make it past the 7th.
Right.
Castano gets thrown is out. But all right, let's go third base.
Yep, third base. We got like 15 minutes. Bregman, leading the way. I mean, kind of really no surprise. Followed by Chris Bryant. Pretty big gap though between the two. And then you got on FanDuel real quick. You got Devers leading the way by a lot, and then it's Bregman. But pretty much it's Bregman and everybody else on DK.
It's crazy.
I don't want that. So
no, absolutely
whoever
not.
else you want.
I don't understand why. And I don't. What's Turner's ownership looking like right now?
Dirt under 5, just over 4.1.
I said, here's a guy, and I put it in my article. 16 games, he's got 386 batting average, 444 OBP, 730 slug, and 1.17 for OPS. He's right now. Justin Turner is the best player in Major League Baseball, hands down. There's nobody hitting better than Turner. He's locked in, and he's still 5.5. So why would I go and pay up for? I mean, Devers is in a good spot. They're going to be high owned, but when I can get Justin Turner against a lefty and and he's not owned, I don't care if I'm playing cash or GBP. I'm locking Justin Turner in. There's no doubt in my mind. So you play Turner there. Anybody else you can. Now here the problem is, when I was making lamps earlier, I really do like Matt Duffy. I think he's kind of a sneaky play today, and he can get him at third. I'd actually had Duffy locked in, but I know if I don't play Turner, he's going to go yard. So Duffy to me is like a value play at third base. You can get him real cheap. Bryant's probably between him and Contreras, the only 2 Cubs actually that are hitting all season when everybody else wasn't hitting against the lefty, wasn't blown out, all that. Longo, lefty smasher, who's actually found a fountain of youth this year and all that. But to me, it's Turner. Probably the masses are going to say, I guess, Bregman, right? And not Devers.
Yeah, I mean, because it's not really looking that great on this slate, but I would play Machado over Bregman, but
Yeah,
uh,
FanDuel Devers is only 3-4, so you just locked, I guess, Devers in the FanDuel. But
he's pretty much head and shoulders above everybody else. You can play Devers too on this, but he's 5'8", like that's way too much.
I mean, I would rank him Turner, Devers, and then probably Kyle Seager if I'm not playing Pavetta. I like Seager tonight. Get that platoon.
I would agree with that. Outside of that, I really can't get behind unless it's part of my stack. Like,
totally agree with you.
ugh, what if that's gross? All right, I'm moving on because I don't really see anything that even stands out to me, really. All right, shortstop. Lindor leading the way, head and shoulders above it.
So he is.
Bogarts is above everybody else on FanDuel, followed by Lindor. But it's those two basically on both sites.
So
And then
Lindor,
everybody else.
what kind of ownership is Lindor? What's the percentage he's seeing?
22.5 so far. Probably on the rise.
Yeah, and he's my play. He's got. I mean, his advanced metrics are off the charts. He's finally. I mean, yeah, he struggled. He's actually looking much better at the plate. I've watched him the last few games. So yeah, I like Lindor. I think he's the play. FanDuel. I mean, Bogarts is only 3K in FanDuel. Well, Lindor's only 3-1. This is crazy. So I guess FanDuel, you go either. I mean, when Lindor's $1,000 cheaper than Bogarts, you go Lindor on DK, no doubt. Javi Baez is a great GPP play. Some people think he's a cash play. The problem is he's so boom or bust. And he's actually hitting the ball well. I mean, he's an aggressive player. He loves to play. You see him out there, but he's boom or bust. And he's had double-digit DK points in 4 of his last 5. Grand Slam last night. But I still think he's more of a GPP play. You can play Jazz there also if you don't want to get to Lindor, but it's all. I'm all about Lindor today. Yeah.
I can't.
Korea's 5-1. No.
You're right. I mean, what even is that? Okay.
I mean, Lindor's probably deserved the 4-7 price when he really hasn't done much. I mean, so but I think he did. He's looked much better at the plate, and he's in a good spot tonight. So.
Yeah. Outside of what the guys you ran down, I mean, it's hard to even get behind anybody else. You can use Chisholm there too. It just depends what you want to do with your multi-position eligibility with a few of those guys. Again, it's gross. I mean, none of these guys have like any pop. They can barely even get on the fucking base. Cronworth, Jake Cronworth is good. He's only a 3-4, but he's against Bueller. So if you're playing Bueller, don't play Cronworth. But I think there is merit to using him if you need him. Outside of that, just whatever you're stacking, really. All right, outfield. The final, final rundown here.
So is Conforto catching ownership now?
I'll check. I would say probably.
It looks like he is, and I don't understand why.
Yeah, he is second highest. Yep.
I mean, he's batting 5th. He's got 245 ISO, 385 WOBA against Ray since 2019. 41% hard contact, which are like elite numbers, but he's just not. I'm to the point now where I'm stopping playing these guys that are like in good spots. I mean, Lindor is a little bit different because I've been watching him. He looks more comfortable. A guy like Conforto who's just been in a slump, and could he have a good game tonight? Absolutely. I mean, the old Mike Conforto from last year, he would definitely be loading up against Trevor Williams in wind, but he hasn't had a hit in his last 4 games. He had 2 hits then another. He had 2 hits game after that. Then he had another 6 games he haven't hit. Conforto's got to start hitting. I'm going to play him. If anything, I'm going to play Dom Smith, who's I mean, Conforto is gonna be popular. The problem is if he does go off and hit a home run or two, and you don't have him at 40%, whatever, you can make up somewhere else. So I like Alex Verdugo for Boston at 4-4. He's probably one of my top plays in the outfield. Beside, I'm probably gonna try to lock Ohtani in there. I'm probably gonna try to get Verdugo and Ohtani, and then whatever money I have left, because I like Kyle Lewis. Clean up against Pavetta. If you're not gonna run Pavetta in cash, who else? If you're not playing Cobb, Jordan Alvarez. But I'm probably playing Cobb.
Yeah.
Mitch Haniger also for the Mariners. I'm all over his Boston Seattle game.
And Kyle Lewis, not bad.
This is Kyle Lewis. He may end up my main lineup. Jake Miersnick, I'm over GBP play, but I like him tonight as a one-off. Kiki 4-1, I guess. Anybody else I see? Probably it. I mean, if you can go up to Mookie, if you go some cheap pitchers, I just can't see myself playing Michael Conforto tonight. And if I get burned, so be it. I played him a couple times at the beginning of the season. He burned me. I just can't deal with it. I do like that game environment. It's a good stack. Definitely put him in stacks. But I'm just not sure if I could run him in cash right now. If I can get Ohtani, Verdugo in there, if I can fit Turner, Lindor, Jazz, maybe tough with Walker, but that's the direction I'm going to go.
Yes, I would definitely agree with that. If you're not using Javier, Ohtani, and Walker, nice little mini stack. You guys have followed me before. I like to do these little mini stacks. Even if they're, not ideal if they're separated in the lineup, but you can still do it. Definitely love. I'm starting to really come around to the Seattle side, like you were talking about. Haniger, man, leading off, good price. The only problem is, every time I play fucking Seattle, they fucking disintegrate and can't do anything at the plate. But I do love them, and the prices are good. I think you can make a good little stack with them and use Walker Buehler at the same time.
Yeah, and that might be the way. It might be the way to go. Also, as I said, I wrote the Mariners up as my top stack today because I don't see Pavetta. And I liked him earlier. I actually played him once or twice earlier this season, but
yeah.
And I thought maybe he'd turn the corner. I watched him a lot in the spring. He has no control. A lot of his name recognition with Pavetta right now. He's a fly ball pitcher with major home run issues in his career, and the problem is Sal's on a home run team. But let Kyle Seager get into one, let Evan White get into one, and so it's not it's 5 games late though. So you want to be different. You got to be different here. So you want to stack against these high-owned pitchers in GPPs, and this is Seattle tonight. Run a San Diego stack against Buehler. Remember, you're still dealing with a San Diego team that's got Tatis, Macho, Hosmer, Will Myers. These guys are elite hitters. So San Diego's going to be very obviously low-owned. Run San Diego stack.
Right.
All right. I guess that's pretty much it for my position.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. We pretty much talked about stacks throughout. You like Seattle. I'm really coming around to Seattle. Definitely like San Fran.
Yep, the Giants. There you go. Yep. And
you can pretty much use whoever you want for both of those teams. And the Mets.
Be different.
And then if you can figure out a way to get the Dodgers in there with Buehler, that would be super different. Probably not gonna be able to do it, I don't think. But you can use pieces of the Dodgers, like I said, Will Smith and Turner together in that mini stack. I think that's a really nice way to get a piece of that action. That's all I got.
Yep. Just prize picks quick, as I just noticed. I wrote up Alonso over 7. He's up to 7.5 now. I still like the 7.5. I got Contreras over 7.5. He's still 7.5, so you can run Contreras.
Okay.
Anybody else? Not really. Corey Dickerson 6.5. He's Dickerson's facing righty today. Definitely, I could see. Yeah, I would take Corey Dickerson number 6.5. Yeah, Justin Turner's only 7. Yeah, lock in Justin Turner at 7. There's no why is Justin Turner not getting any love here? It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm not really sure about that.
I mean, and I love Jazz because he's got the same as Jazz. He's got the same. I mean, guys like Taylor Chambers only 6, but Kyle Seager, I could see taking him over 7 against Pavetta. Pavetta's gonna get bombed tonight, so the 50% people that can use him in cash are. The problem is, though, he's got to make sure your pitcher you're using doesn't get bombed either. So I thought I was honest
which might be tough tonight also.
Exactly. So if you can get 15 points out of your pitcher, you're going to cash both your pitchers. You get 30 points out of your pitchers, you're cashing. So.
Yep.
All right. Any questions? Anybody?
I can't see the chat, so if you can,
okay,
that would be great. But
we do have a question. Ruff for Conforto and GPP. GPP, I'd run Ruff definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. One note is that we don't have Posey in the lineup, which sucks. But
Posey not starting. I just saw that too. Oh shit.
Yeah.
There goes Kirk Casale. There goes that idea. Well, actually, why's Casale 3K?
batting 6th. I don't hate it, but he's sort of shitty. So you got to make up your mind what you want to do there. But I like Will Smith a lot. And then obviously Contreras is going to be your most popular option tonight. All right, guys. Yeah. With that, that's really it. Right on time, which is great. Please give us a like and subscribe. We really appreciate it. Check out our website, yourfielderschoice.com. We've got a promo running right now, $35 for the first 6 months. That'll run you right up into football season, which is always a good thing and the best time of the year. So with that, that's Pete. I'm Mike. We'll catch you next time.
Deuces.